Imagine a dusty manuscript written in an ancient language, proclaiming secrets that predate even the Bible as we know it. A find so profound it could rewrite religious history, but also unshrouded in scandal and despair. Today, we dive into one of the most mysterious artifacts of the 19th century, the Shapira Scrolls. To understand the Shapira Scrolls, we begin with Moses Shapira. Born in 1830 in what's now Ukraine, Shapira would later move to Jerusalem and become a dealer of antiquities. But Shapira wasn't just any dealer. He had a reputation for discovering rare biblical artifacts and for stirring up quite a bit of controversy. In 1883, Shapira made what he claimed to be the discovery of a lifetime. Hidden in a cave near the Dead Sea, he found a set of ancient leather fragments inscribed in Paleo-Hebrew. According to Shapira, they contained an early version of the Book of Deuteronomy, a version unlike anything in the known Bible. Shapira believed he held something ancient, perhaps thousands of years old. If authentic, these scrolls would be one of the earliest known versions of a biblical text, possibly even predating the Dead Sea Scrolls. Shapira knew he held something big and wasn't shy about it. He brought his scrolls to the British Museum, hoping to sell them for an astonishing £1 million, a fortune in the 1800s. The British public and academics were captivated. Crowds gathered to see the mysterious fragments. Was this truly an ancient text, or was Shapira orchestrating an elaborate hoax? The British Museum sought the expertise of renowned biblical scholar Christian David Ginsburg to examine the fragments. After intense scrutiny, he concluded that they were forgeries. Soon, a famed archaeologist, Charles Clermont-Ganneau, publicly denounced the scrolls too. This judgment was swift, ruthless, and devastating for Shapira. To the world, the scrolls were frauds, and Shapira was ruined. After being labeled a fraud, Shapira's life spiraled downward. Financially and personally destroyed, he left London and moved to the Netherlands. Months later, alone and in despair, Shapira took his own life. A tragic end to a man who might have been misunderstood, or perhaps a man who knew his own deception all too well. After Shapira's death, the scrolls themselves vanished. They were sold to a private collector, and from there, disappeared into the shadows. No one has seen the Shapira Scrolls since, leading to even more mystery and legend around their origin. Then, in the 20th century, the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. Texts written in similar Paleo-Hebrew script and similarly stored in caves near the Dead Sea. This discovery reignited interest in the Shapira Scrolls. Could Shapira have been telling the truth all along? Some scholars began to wonder, were the Shapira Scrolls not fakes, but lost treasures dismissed too soon? Fast forward to the 21st century. Biblical scholar Aidan Dershowitz re-examined the Shapira Scrolls using Ginsburg's notes and photographs, suggesting they might be authentic. Dershowitz believes these fragments may represent a proto-Deuteronomy, an earlier, different version of Deuteronomy that offers new insights into ancient beliefs. Dershowitz argues the linguistic and thematic elements of the Shapira Scrolls align with what we now know about early biblical texts. They may represent a crucial missing link in our understanding of how the Bible evolved. Could this be one of the earliest glimpses into the evolution of the Bible itself? Of course, not everyone agrees. Scholars like Ronald Hendel and Mathieu Richel argue that the scrolls' language and script betray their origins as forgeries. They point to specific phrasing and structure that align more with modern interpretations than ancient ones. Hendel states, the Shapira Scrolls contain anachronisms that would be impossible in a genuinely ancient text. They reflect 19th century biblical scholarship more than ancient tradition. So who's right? Are the Shapira Scrolls a historical treasure or a 19th century fraud? The Shapira Scrolls controversy has had a lasting impact on the field of biblical archaeology. It highlights the challenges of authenticating ancient texts and the potential consequences of hasty judgments. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a professor of archaeological ethics, explains, "The Shapira case reminds us of the need for thorough, unbiased examination of artifacts. It also shows how personal reputation and societal expectations can influence scientific conclusions." This controversy has led to more rigorous authentication processes in the field and a greater emphasis on interdisciplinary approaches to studying ancient texts. Ultimately, the mystery of the Shapira Scrolls remains unsolved. With no known surviving fragments, all we have are photographs, sketches, and the debates of experts. Until the day they resurface or new evidence comes to light, the truth about the Shapira Scrolls will remain a tantalizing question. Were they lost relics of an ancient world, or the clever forgeries of a man with nothing left to lose? The story of the Shapira Scrolls is more than just a tale of potential forgery. It's a narrative that touches on the very foundations of biblical history, the nature of archaeological evidence, and the human desire to uncover the secrets of our past. As we've seen, the debate continues to this day with passionate arguments on both sides. The disappearance of the scrolls themselves only adds to the intrigue, leaving us to wonder if we'll ever truly know the truth. Thank you for joining us in unraveling one of the greatest mysteries of biblical archaeology. What do you think about the Shapira Scrolls? Are you a believer in their authenticity, or do you think they're an elaborate hoax? Leave a comment below with your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video if you found it interesting, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into mysteries, myths, and magic. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest uploads. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, sometimes the greatest mysteries are hidden in plain sight.